just changing tact a little bit in terms of your USP. We've spoken about the USP and niche and that type of thing. How did you come up with what is your USP guarantee, and how did you come up with it?
Yep. Our USP is long-term continuity guaranteed. To you guys that may not mean much. In our sector, that's a language that people understand. What that basically says is that we'll have the same podiatrist going to a facility on a long-term basis. The reason why that's important, well, the reason why the process that we went through is we went out and we spoke to our clients and the marketplace and asked them what was their single biggest frustration in dealing with companies like ourselves. And the consistent information we got back was that they were getting frustrated because every few months a different podiatrist would walk into the facility. And the primary reason why that was a frustration was that you know, seniors are just like us. They like building relationships with people, but when you're confined to an aged care facility, it's difficult to go out and forge those sort of relationships. So you often do rely on the stakeholders operating within the facility to build those relationships with. So they said that they wanted the same podiatrist coming to the facility on a long-term basis. So what we then did was we went back and completely re-engineered our recruitment and retention processes, so we were able to attract podiatrists who are passionate about working in aged care and were keen to be part of a company like ours and keen to stick around. Once we did that, we developed a pretty strong guarantee which says that yeah, we'll provide the same podiatrist, we'll provide the facility with long-term continuity, and if they don't think that we deliver on that service, we'll continue to provide the service free of cost until they find an alternative service provider. And then from there, what we wanted to do is we wanted to distill that guarantee into a few words which would form our USP, which is long-term continuity. And now that we've done that and we deliver on that, you know, we promote the hell out of it, and you know, that's really what our competitive advantage is in the marketplace.
Yep. And what impact has that had on your business internally to deliver?
Yep. Well, it's a big promise, and we know that you know, everybody knows that that's what we stand for. So the sustainability and even the financial viability of the company is completely dependent on delivering on that promise. You know, if half of our facilities turn around and said that they're going to call us on the guarantee and we had to pay the podiatrist wages and not invoice, you know, even for a small amount of time, the viability of the company would be completely compromised. So what's that meant for us internally is that we've realised that part of the business cycle, that relationship between your management team and your staff, that's the critical thing for us. So we know that if we can get our recruitment and retention processes spot on, then we'll be able to deliver on that USP, and that'll mean that we'll continue to maintain our competitive advantage and, you know, continue to grow.
Yep. You mentioned staff a few times. How do you get them to buy into your vision and generate ideas and that type of thing?
Yeah. Well, that's my job. I feel that's what effective leadership's all about. Up till recently, my role has really been around the sales and marketing, and only recently I've started to really move more towards just a primary leadership role. So I think the best way to do that is, look, my definition of an effective leader is someone who reminds the team of, you know, what they stand for and where you're going. So we have regular team meetings. We've developed a CRM package where, because our staff, most of our staff operate off-site, has meant there's a lot more dialogue with our staff. Admittedly, some of that's electronic, but any instance I have where I can highlight some behaviour that's consistent with what we stand for and where we're going, I'll do that. So, as I said, we had regular team meetings, and we've recently created a Hero of the Month award. You know, if we hear something happen within the company that we want to highlight, then that will be the award will happen at the monthly team meetings. So we'll gather that information, and then it's a little bit of a ceremony, and yeah.
And with the economy in the last 12 months going up and down, and potentially moving forward, it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. How do you cope with that?
Yeah, look, in my opinion, there's no point worrying about things that you can't control. So we'll just continue to remain focused on our goals. We have 3 themes for the 2011 calendar year. They are massive growth, raving fans, and measurable results. So as long as any activity is related to any of those 3 themes, we'll continue to focus on those and not worry about things that we can't control.